Welcome to a new course of project management. This is an introduction part of the class, or let's say the whole course. Before getting into our whole course and our starting class, we have to learn a bit about what is PMP or project management. So, let's check out the overview of what is project management. Project management is a structured approach to planning, executing, and completing a project within defined objectives, scope time, and budget constraints. It involves the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to meet the project's goal and deliver its intended outcomes. So, what are the key components of project management? Project objectives. Define the purpose, goals, and scope of the project. Because without the ambition or having a goal, you cannot initiate any specific strategy. Establish measurable objectives that align with organizational strategy. Obviously, you're going to have goals, but if it doesn't align with the organizational strategy, it will be very hard for you to outcome or overcome or even reach your goal. Project scope. Determine the work required to achieve the project objectives. Obviously, in this case, you're also going to need manpower and the amount of skill sets you have, or even let's say the resources. Without knowing the resources and what kind of work requirement do you need, you will not be able to seek the project objectives. Scope management ensures that all necessary tasks are included and prevents scope creep. So, having a scope management is very important while initiating a project. Time management. Develop a project schedule that outlines timelines, milestones, and even deadlines, which is obviously going to give you a heads up of what strategy you have to pull. Use tools like Gantt charts, critical path method or CPM in short, and scheduling software to track the progress. Now you guys might think, what is CPM and what is Gantt chart? So I'm going to cover up everything that you need to know about, starting from the basics to the most advanced. CPM or critical path method is a simple but powerful technique for analyzing, planning, and scheduling large complex projects. It is used to determine a project's critical path, the longest sequence of tasks that can be finished for the entire project to be completed. So now you know what CPM is, or it is also known as CPA or critical path analysis. So you have to keep these things in mind because this is very important. And on the other hand, we have Gantt chart. Well, if you are familiar let's say with using Excel, then you might already know what is a Gantt chart. But those who have no idea what a Gantt chart is, it is a chart in which a series of horizontal lines show the amount of work done or production completed in a certain period of time in relation to the amount planned for those specific periods. So it is defined as a graphical representation of activity against time. It helps professionals or project professionals monitor the progress. Gantt charts are essentially task scheduling tool, project management timelines, and tasks are converted into horizontal bars to form a bar chart. Cost management. Budget planning to estimate the financial resources needed for the project, which is a very vital, let's say planning or very vital initiative. Cost control to monitor and manage spending throughout the project life cycle. Because obviously, if you do not implement on the time you have to, you will obviously not get the exact outcome, or let's say, which is going to meet up your criteria. Quality management. Ensure the project's deliverables meet the required quality standards. Implement quality assured and quality controlled process. For that, you are obviously going to need a really good, let's say, project manager. Human resources management. Identify the project team and define roles and responsibilities. Manage team performance, communication, and also motivation. Communication management. It establishes a communication plan to keep stakeholders informed. So, what happens is that obviously you're going to have a breach, or let's say not even a breach, let's say a beacon. So, the project manager is obviously going to have to establish a communication that is going to build trust with the community, even the client, so that they can have that stakeholders informed. Use tools like status reports, meetings, and dashboards to share project updates and even risk management. So let's talk about risk management. Identify the potential risks that could impact on the project. Without having that management, you will obviously have a lot of issues and you will not be able to overcome it. Develop risk mitigation strategies and contingency plans. Procure management. Manage the acquisition of goods and services required for the project. Oversee contracts, vendor selection, and procurement processes. Stakeholder management. Identify all stakeholders and understand their needs and even their expectations. Engage and communicate with stakeholders to ensure their satisfaction and even their support. Project management phases. Initiation. Define the project at a high level. Develop a project charter that outlines the objectives, scope, and the stakeholders. Planning. Develop detailed plans covering scope, schedule, cost, quality, resources, and the risk. Create a comprehensive project management plan. Execution. Implement the project plan by coordinating people and resources. Ensure that project tasks are carried out as plans. Monitoring and controlling. Track, review, and regulate the project's management or the project's progress and the performance. Make adjustments as necessary to stay on track with the plan. Closing. Finalize all activities and formally close the project. Conduct a post-project evaluation to capture lessons learned and document project outcomes. Methodologies in project management. Waterfall. It is a linear and sequential approach where each phase depends on the deliverables of the previous one. Agile. An iterative approach focused on flexibility, customer collaboration, and continuous improvement. Scrum. A framework within Agile that emphasizes teamwork, accountability, and iterative progress through sprints. Kanban. A visual method for managing work, often used in improve efficiency and limit work in progress. Prince 2. It is a process-based methodology emphasizing control, organization, and risk management at the same time. Importance of project management. Effective project management ensures that projects are completed on time, within budget, and the desired quality standards. It helps organizations achieve their strategic goals, improve efficiency, and deliver value to stakeholders. In summary, project management is a comprehensive discipline that requires careful planning, execution, and control to deliver successful projects. It integrates various elements to ensure that a project meets its objectives while managing constraints and the risks. Tools and softwares in project management. Project management softwares like tools like Microsoft Project, Trello, Asana, and Jira help manage tasks, schedules, and the resources. Collaboration tools. Platforms like Slack, Microsoft Teams, and Zoom facilitate team communication and also the collaboration. Documentation and reporting. Use of templates and reporting tools to create consistent and accurate documentation. So, that's all that you need to know about the introduction or about project management. I have given you about a small summary of how project management works and how it is actually leaded. So, thank you for watching this video up till the very end and hope you understood about everything in this class. If you still have any confusion or any question about any part of this lesson, feel free to ask me anytime. I'm always there to help you out. So, I hope to see you guys in my first class of project management, where I'm going to be showing you everything that you need to know about project management, step by step, about its roles, about its strategy, and how can you pull off any, let's say, awareness or any problems while the process. So, without any further ado, let's move on to our next class of project management and stay well.